Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Hey guys.
Joe and Kevin back with another episode of The West Wing for you.
Yeah, episode 8. The show one, it's obviously we say it every after every episode. It's phenomenally acted and written and paced and
Absolutely.
shot. I mean, this is you've got a lot of great elements coming together to make one of the best TV dramas ever.
It's a great
Um,
collaboration between director, writer, actors in general. In this show were
right.
phenomenal.
Great,
So,
but that obviously had an appropriate budget for this kind of show, which was definitely
really
high.
making the most of their budget, too.
Completely.
You know?
But this last episode was also probably the most sombering at the end.
I would say so.
The whole idea was all of this really difficult stuff happening around this state dinner where everyone had to pretend to be happy and light and having a party, and it ended in and it was rough all the way through. Guy's going to stay in jail. An FBI negotiator gets shot in a
Everything
hostage
that
standoff.
could have went wrong
It went
the entire
wrong,
episode.
and it was rough all the way through. But the end with the aircraft carrier group and the hurricane was tough.
Yeah,
That was emotionally wrecking to watch.
it really shows the humanity the president has, and not just the president, everybody on his team, I
and
guess.
and the responsibilities they have. Like
Yeah.
it is not a kind world
No, it's not all
that
state
everyone lives
dinners.
in. Yeah,
You know,
it's there's some tough stuff that everyone has to go through, and that was. As a viewing audience, that was hard. And a lot of the comments, a lot of people responded the same way
yeah,
that some people who've watched the episode more than once still have a challenging emotional reaction to that closing scene with the radio man
yeah.
on the repair ship that is probably not going to make it out. It sounds like,
Yeah.
man, that's hard. And the fact that he sat down and talked to him,
Yeah, it definitely got to us. I mean, for
yeah.
sure. You know.
Positive. We did get to finally meet the first lady, played by the brilliant Stockard
Yeah,
Channing.
she was great.
Oh my God, she was maybe in the episode for 4 or 5 minutes total of screen time.
She complements Martin Sheen's character very, very well.
She does, and she just towered over the scenes that she was in. She
Yeah,
was
she was a scene stealer for sure.
Yeah, she was a force. Looking forward to seeing her a lot more
Hopefully,
throughout
they
the
use
show.
her sparingly because I do like that we just saw her for the episode 7 is the first time you see her.
Well, I don't think. I mean, we don't even see. There are episodes where we don't even see Martin Sheen that much.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
And they already made it apparent that she has her own escapade. She's out and about and stuff.
Right?
So
Yeah, yeah. She does her own work
she
like
has to
every
pop
first
up
lady
every
does.
once in a while. It'd be cool.
Right? Yeah, I don't think she's going to be around all the time.
Yeah.
Simply because it wouldn't be realistic. It's
No,
mostly
no.
about the support staff of the White House.
Yeah.
And I doubt that, while first ladies are important, obviously, in administration, they probably don't spend a lot of time in the working aspects of the West Wing of the
Yeah,
White
it's
House.
not really from her
Probably,
perspective. Yeah.
right. But I'm glad she's here. We do want to welcome 4 new patrons over the weekend. So, Agent Squirrels, that's a great name. Kevin M. Pitts, Anaha Tumbach, sorry I'm butchering that one, and Tyler McKenzie. Thank you and welcome. We do appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
For those of you who are interested in full length reactions to The West Wing and other content we're watching, please check out our Patreon linked in the description below.
Hop on over.
You will need your own copy of the show to watch. That's thrown a few people off who have subscribed and thought they were going to get to watch the entire show along with
We
us
can't
on
show any of
our
the show
page.
on
Right.
Patreon.
That obviously would violate a number of copyright laws, so we can't do that. So you'll need your own copy. We are watching on HBO Max.
Yep.
So if you have HBO Max, your problem is solved. For those of you watching on YouTube, please like, comment, and especially subscribe. That really helps us out. We're trying to grow our channel here, and it's doing pretty well.
We're happy with it.
So if you're happy with our reactions, please do those things. We appreciate the comments and the interaction. We love interacting with our viewers because the viewers love these shows as much as we love these shows.
The discourse has been very
It
interesting.
has been great. Yeah, they have a lot of interesting to say. We're learning a lot from a lot of the commenters. A couple of you are getting a little bit more spoilery.
I know.
And please don't do that. Keep in mind that we have not watched beyond 7
This is the
episodes of
first-
The West
yeah,
Wing. It's our
first
first time
time seeing
watching.
it, so.
So please don't spoil too much for us. That would be great. I promise we will get there. And then we can talk about it to our heart's content. It's a lot of people have recommended that we check out the podcast that Josh Molina hosts. We're not going to do that until we're done with the show because even if the podcast is about particular episodes, there will clearly be spoilers in each of those when they're talking about where it fits into the grand scheme of character development and story development.
We like
stuff.
to keep this genuine and not know anything.
Right? Yeah, we want to be
reaction.
completely legit with honest reactions, and so we're trying to avoid all spoilers as best we can.
Yeah.
Throughout the show, finding out that Stockard Channing was the first lady in the last episode was really great.
Yeah, but we do appreciate the enthusiasm. Like
we
all
do.
You guys seem to love the show, and
we love it
as well.
Yeah,
honestly,
and we get the wanting to talk about it because we talk about what we've watched with other people. Like, if you haven't seen The West Wing, let me tell you, we're only halfway through the first season, or even less than that. But my God, is it a great show?
It's a fantastic show.
I'm a national park buff, Josh.
I'm sorry, sir. You're quite a nerd, Mr. President.
Yes.
In 2022, nerd is not being a bad thing.
Yeah.
We're nerds and we're very cool. Just kidding.
Yeah, nerds are cool nowadays.
That's
man.
right.
It's not a hot take to be like, I love Star Wars.
Right, yeah.
Just a little bit. Yes.
There are 54 national parks in this country, Josh.
Please tell me you haven't been to all of them.
I have been to all of them.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's another one I need to go to as well. The Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
My family's from the East Coast, so we always venture out east. We
Sure,
never really go to Arizona or down south or anything.
But San Francisco has a couple. Like the rainforests.
Oh, yeah, the big trees.
The redwood.
Yeah,
Sorry,
redwoods,
that's what I
right,
meant to say. The
redwoods.
redwoods.
Yeah.
The forest moon of Endor.
That is. Yes, it is. Going to Endor this weekend, guys.
Yeah.
you haven't told me about your mother.
Why are you prying?
What do you want to know? You call her and ask her how she's doing, you know?
Yeah, or I could just ask you.
You could, though clearly asking me won't do any good.
Yeah, don't put her in the
Beginning
middle.
to get that impression? You want the tickets?
Yes.
You
I
want to
love
walk me
John
back to
Spencer
work?
so much.
Also, I can gloat about the banking bill.
Enjoy yourself,
Be
sir.
talking about this today, CJ. This is the story.
Yes, sir.
He's in a
Yes,
great
sir.
mood.
Oh, incidentally, the California live oak is one of the...
Mr. President.
Right.
Have a good day, sir.
12th round knockout, CJ.
Yes, sir.
Surely our first goal has to be finding a way to work with Congress.
Surely our first goal has to be finding a way to work with Congress.
Who said that?
The Vice
I
President?
did, sir.
Our first goal should be finding a way to work with Congress?
I don't think that's a terrible
Yes,
thing to
sir.
say.
Why is he being
Why
like
is he
this?
being so petty?
Yeah. He's coming pretty hot there.
Yeah.
Anything else?
He's being condescending in front of a room full of important people for
Yeah.
no reason. I didn't like that at all.
Do you think he knows that the VP is going behind his back a little bit?
Has to.
Right?
I heard the president roughed up coins in front of the cabinet.
From who? Shut up.
Okay.
Where did you hear it?
Got 50 cents?
Yeah.
And you can read about it in my newspaper.
Hey,
Yeah.
no, tell me
He's
more
good.
about this.
Yeah.
As long as I can teach you.
No, you idiot. I mean, I can't have dinner.
Yeah, she can't date someone in the press as the
Okay.
press secretary. I mean, she can, but it'd be weird.
It'd be very weird. And I think he should be aware of that.
It would make
He's a
her
smart
look
guy.
weaker and more unprofessional.
Yeah.
In there.
I heard different.
Well, you heard wrong.
Okay.
Let's go.
I want to know who he heard it from.
Yeah, somebody leaked
Yeah,
that.
who's the source?
Because, as it happens, I have 2 tickets to the Beijing Opera this evening at the Kennedy Center. My father's seats.
Beijing Opera.
Those would be good seats at a
You're asking me out on a date.
No.
No. And in what way will it distinguish itself from a date?
There will be, under no circumstances, sex for you at the end of the evening.
Okay. If you hadn't come along with your offer of Chinese opera and no sex, all I'd be doing later is watching Monday Night Football. So this works out great for me.
Would you rather go to Chinese opera or watch Monday Night Football?
Probably Monday Night Football, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I can't say
I would
that
go.
about
I would
the
go.
guy.
I mean, if I could go to the Kennedy Center and what is probably great seats that Leo has,
Sure, yeah.
I'd go to the opera. You can watch Monday Night Football literally 20 times a year.
So does this mean that, like, they're setting
We'll
him
be
up
in
to
a
be a
minute.
thing with her
Thank you.
Yeah.
instead of the escort?
I think so.
Yeah.
What do you need?
Oh, we're not here together.
Somebody go first.
Mallory had an extra ticket to the opera for tonight, and she asked me if I'd like to go.
Mallory who?
Mallory, your daughter. Whatever it's worth, she's made it very clear we won't be doing anything tonight you'd have a problem with.
Like what? Best that we do.
I'm
Yeah.
fine, Sam.
You're fine?
The implication that I leaked privileged information is as stupid as it is insulting. And I'd like to remind you that whatever regard you may hold for me personally, you are addressing the office of the Vice President.
I like how he handled that.
He handled that really well, actually. I love CJ more than anybody on the show, but he was right there.
Yeah, she's
I mean,
overstepping.
yeah.
I'm glad that she's got Bartlett's back, but at the same time,
At the
like,
same
that's
time,
the
like-
vice president.
Yeah.
Chill out.
What'd they attach?
A land use rider.
Who?
Broderick and Eaton.
Broderick and Eden.
Yup.
Don't worry about it.
Big Sky Federal Reserve, Sam. They want to strip mine the length and breadth of Montana. This isn't about the environment, it's about retribution.
Yeah, no kidding.
It should be about the environment too,
We need
guys.
a president.
The nice thing about having 535 people in Congress is you can always bring up a new one on a show like this.
No kidding.
Surprised Eaton and Broderick have taken an interest in strip mining?
I'm surprised Eden and Broderick have taken an interest in anything.
It's retaliatory, sir.
For what?
The campaign.
What did I do to him during the campaign?
You won, sir.
She's her mother's daughter, and you made her mother cry.
You really threw some sunshine down on that one.
Yeah.
Attach a rider that says they can strip mine.
You never
half of
climbed a
Montana.
tree in your life, Josh. You don't
It's
give
not
a damn
about
about
him.
Big Sky.
I don't give a damn about Big Sky. I do give a damn about hanging a sign outside the White House that says, hey, Republicans in Congress, feel free to slap us around anytime you want to, just to show us that you can.
I think she's on the show more than anybody. I think the way she's written, she has a more self-righteous tone than anybody else on the show. They all do a little bit when they're arguing with each other, but hers is up to 11, and that really bothers me.
Nancy Becker needs it tonight.
Yes, sir.
Give it to Sam.
Yes, sir.
I feel like he's messing with Sam here.
Tomorrow's the Assistant Transportation Secretary's 50th birthday, and Leo wants you to write a message from the president. He wants me? Yeah.
If he can,
honestly, it's a dumb letter. I'd have that done faster than anything I've ever done in my life.
If he can rip that out real quick.
Right.
I mean, as long as you're on it and you don't mind, why don't we take advantage of your being on it and, really do a job?
He's in on messing with him, too.
Yeah.
Hello.
Are you ready to go?
I'd like to say first that you look beautiful tonight, Mallory.
Thank you, Sam.
I mean it.
What would you like to say second?
Yeah.
Cabinet officers weren't the only people in the room.
I'm gonna fire her.
Who?
You know who.
Don't fire.
Why not?
Because it's not nice.
The president would appreciate it if you didn't pursue this story. And to show his gratitude, he
Oh,
can
the
give you
woman who
30
hadn't
minutes
taken
on
the
any
minutes.
subject or subjects you like.
Oh my God, no way.
You've already done a draft?
Yes.
You need to do more than one draft on a birthday card?
Birthday message, Mallory.
Sam.
Half hour. You look fantastic.
Go.
Okay, so she sees that he actually wants to
She,
go with
well,
it.
she's seen what the problem is. She knows that he's being messed with.
Yeah.
Sam's right.
No.
Let's tell him to sign it.
Not yet.
Round's over, Josh. We did fine.
We got screwed, Toby.
Yes.
The vice president wasn't the one who talked.
Sure he was.
I don't think so.
You're wrong.
I'm pretty sure it was the woman taking minutes.
Yeah.
Mildred?
Yeah.
Let's drop it.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
What a good guy.
No, sir.
He is a good
Get
guy.
out of here.
Thank you.
He has to give a half-hour press interview because of it. He's like, let's drop it.
In real life, you'd be like, fire.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was asked to do it by the President of the United States.
You weren't. Sam, did you by any chance tell my father that you and I were going out tonight?
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Hello?
Hey, baby.
Don't say me, you addle-minded Machiavellian jerk.
Should I step out?
Sounds like it.
You gave him that idiot assignment on purpose.
Just my sense of humor.
Hey, Mal.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Margaret. Hey, you all dressed up?
Yes, I am. You're a co-conspirator on this.
Oh.
Yeah.
These are just some of the things your father did today. He met with my chief counsel to discuss the news that it's possible I've broken several federal laws in the week and may have to serve from 1 to 3 years in prison after resigning my office in disgrace. How'd that go, by the way?
We're fine.
Cool. Security briefing in Central America. Give your dad a break. He's your father.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, right.
Okay, coffee and dessert.
Now you're talking.
We should ask Sam.
Yes, by all means, let's ask Sam.
Be nice to him.
I gave you the thing to do because I was pissed you were taking, blah, blah, blah.
Well said, Dad.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I figured. So say, do you mind if I skip the coffee? I want to nail this thing.
Oh, forget
Oh
it.
my God,
First
it's a
draft
birthday
is
letter.
fine.
I want to nail it, Leo.
It's the best birthday card anybody's ever written.
I usually
Hallmark, eat your heart
I
out.
just buy one and sign it like this. The guy that wrote the card said it better than me. Here's
Exactly,
my name. Have a good one.
Did you quote James Joyce?
Right, yeah.
Birthday card.
John.
What did I ever do to you except deliver the South?
Really?
Yes.
You shouldn't have made me beg, John. It weakened me right out of the gate. You shouldn't have made me beg.
Man, they're holding on to some old stuff here.
I know.
Saying there's a political gain to beating the banking lobby.
And there's a political cost to letting it go with a rider attached.
I know you want to win, Josh, but I've got news for you. You won.
She approaches things in a different way, obviously, but
I think she reminds me of the only person. She's the only person on the show that cannot see another person's perspective.
Yeah.
What makes everyone here great is because they can like debate and argue and disagree and realize that they're and move each other and be moved. She can't. She's a wall of I'm right and everyone else shut
a wall
up.
of idealism.
Yeah,
for sure.
But I don't like it.
But you need to stop standing over my shoulder.
Why don't you let me try this?
I'm gonna.
They're both gonna get tied
Guess
up in
what?
this stupid card.
Don't let me write this thing, will you?
The Antiquities Act. What is it?
It's a birthday card for someone.
For who?
I don't know. Let me take a crack at this.
One more try.
Two of you need to put your heads down on your desk, you know that?
What you got?
The Antiquities Act. You're going to establish Big Sky National Park. Yeah.
I can do this?
Yeah. We talk about enemies more than we used to.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mention that.
I mean, when you're on top,
You'd think running a government, you're not talking about enemies from like within the government, but you really are when politics are involved.
I know.
Especially now, it's so much worse now than it was during this.
Well, it's a little naive of Josh to just now realize that, like.
Right, but I mean, you've got a government full of like Marjorie Taylor Greens now who just say like the most outlandish, ridiculous. I mean, pure
enemies are everywhere.
Right?
It's nobody's.
Yeah,
nobody's on the same team anymore.
No. Yeah, and
enemies are within the same administration.
They are.
The VP and the president are not on the same page at all.
Yeah, completely.
There's huge contention.
Yeah, and I think with Mandy, the thing that frustrates me about her is that her ideas I agree with. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, ideologically, I agree with 90% of what she says and wants to do.
She just has no sense of compromise.
She has no sense of compromise. She has very little sense of considering that the other person might have an idea of what they're talking about. I'm right and you're wrong.
I know, and it's weird. I think part of it, too, is she's new there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
and I get her job title is
sure.
She's there to here's how it's going to look publicly. I'm your PR person.
Yeah.
So that's going to be your main concern. Which, as someone watching the show and thinking about how like good governance should be, the last thing you really want to care about is the PR stuff about it. That's not so she's set up in a role that's automatically going to be kind of antagonistic.
Yeah.
And superficial, but at the same time, man, she has just this way of I'm right, you're wrong, and
that rubs people the wrong way.
Yeah, it rubs me the wrong way.
Sure.
Yeah, and again, the performance is really good. She's a strong actress. It's just the way it's written. And I've heard some critiques of Aaron Sorkin's writing, which I don't think are unfair, is that sometimes his women characters are written in a way that makes women look bad. You know what I mean? They aren't good depictions of women. And I can see with Mandy why that is, because she seems like a sitcom nagging woman rather than a serious political contributor and a smart person on this great show.
On the other hand, you have CJ.
Who's opposite, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Great character, great, being delivered incredibly well.
Which is it's a fair critique of Sorkin. I mean, like in his screenplay specifically, you can see that, particularly the social network.
The social network. A Few Good Men took that a little bit with.
There's even pieces in The American President.
Right. Yeah. Where the male characters are treated more seriously and the female characters are, I'm a serious person, but man, look at my crazy female flaws.
Yeah.
And I do love this show and I love everything about it. And I think you're right. I think CJ's character escapes most of that. But Mandy's doesn't. Mandy's has the nagging woman stuff that we just get kind of tired of seeing on the shows.
The most likable character in the show, to say the least.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, you're definitely onto something there with that. And she's on the show until the show's over, I believe. So we'll see.
I don't know. I have no idea how long she's on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought she was. I could be mistaken. Anyways, I want to see how she's handled going forward. Maybe she does have an arc.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I expect most characters in an Aaron Sorkin production to have arcs. The problem is she seems so one-dimensional that one-dimensional characters tend to not have arcs. It's the complex characters that seem to have arcs, typically in a show, including in Aaron Sorkin's work. I'm nitpicking because it's a great show.
Yeah.
And the entire cast
but it still rubs the wrong way.
It's just that's one small thing that I feel like maybe that needs fine-tuning.
I think... So each episode, there's like a certain group of characters that have an arc to go through with each other. Obviously, her and Josh had their own little thing this episode.
Right.
I think that was the least compelling out of everything else,
I say that maybe they had their own stuff to go through, but it felt more like her complaining to him and then him ignoring her and finding his own thing.
Her off. She just keeps getting brushed off.
He brushed her off, and she kept coming back harder and harder and harder, and brushed off and harder and harder. And at the end, they didn't. She didn't contribute. They didn't find a way. She said, "Swallow it and take it," and he said, "I found a third option."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So her complaining, nagging, whatever you want to call it, didn't really do anything except made her the complainer.
Yeah.
And I wish they wouldn't do that. Because otherwise it's an almost flawless show.
And that just so we can be fair, Toby does do that as well.
Toby does it as well, but I think
we even like the episode where him and the president were arguing. Was that episode 3 or 4?
Yeah, around in there.
Yeah, like that drove us crazy. We're like, Toby, you were
back
out of
off.
line.
Yeah, you're out of line. Yeah, and Mandy was in that episode a lot, and she seemed a lot more reasonable than Toby did. I just feel like in the last couple of episodes, because it was the last 2. Yeah. Because with this one, with that, and with the one before, with her really pushing to have the negotiator go in the hostage situation because of the PR optics, and the guy gets shot. And it's like, man, she doesn't realize that these are human stakes that we're playing with here. And even Josh told us, like, you're in the big game now, because they're more important things than what she's trying to do, I guess. And maybe that's the problem, is just the role that she's been assigned.
Yeah. You need to check these moral dilemmas from time to time.
Right,
because, I mean, it's complex. These are complex issues.
They're
not black and white.
Right. If these were simple, if guns were simple issues, we wouldn't have any disagreements about them. If drugs were simple, if taxes were simple, people wouldn't disagree about them. But these aren't simple issues. They're complex with a lot of different opinions. From a lot of smart and stupid people.
And we're just caught in the middle of all of it.
What I hope is these last couple of episodes of the way Mandy's been treated in the writing shifts a little bit. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And maybe it is. Maybe we're setting Mandy up to have a good growth arc as she starts to embrace the fact that there are bigger things than public perception at work in government decisions.
I mean, we're still pretty early on in the show, so like I said, we're still at the beginning.
Well, and she's only just joined the administration. Like, she wasn't even in the administration for the first couple episodes.
Yeah,
she came a little bit later.
She did.
Not late, but a little bit later.
Yeah,
she was off running another campaign. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
that's when she crashed the car. Yeah.
Otherwise, another completely brilliant episode with great writing. I love the fact that at the end of the episode, you had Sam and Toby becoming self-obsessed over this bullcrap assignment they were asked to do.
That's why they're the best.
Solid.
That's why they're the best at their job. And I like that Leo recognizes that in Sam. He's
Absolutely.
Like, you know what? Maybe I misjudged you, Sam.
Yeah, everything else was completely flawless in this episode.
The real question is, are we going to abandon the escort storyline? Is Sam going to realize...
finding another girl? That's possible.
I mean, it's not... I don't think it was ever going to work out to begin with.
Right.
He begged her. He was like, I'll pay you $5,000.
Not to go home with that guy.
That's not healthy.
No.
You guys aren't going to work. I'm sorry. She's a nice person.
Well, he's... Right. There are people, and there's nothing against her. It's more about Sam. He's not the kind of guy that can let her being an escort slide.
No.
He's not someone who can just say, "Oh, you're a sex worker, and I'm cool with that."
He's
not wired like that.
It's not good for her.
It's not good for the administration for sure. But he also doesn't have it in his DNA, in his personality, to say,
obviously,
"I'm okay with you being a sex worker."
That and he doesn't have the ability to let things go.
He does not have
obviously
the ability to let things
with him writing the letter at the very end.
So. Right. Another fantastic episode. This show is amazingly written.
Yeah, we love it.
All right, we'll catch you on the next one.
See you guys.